Welcome back to my channel, and in this video we will see how to create a lesson using Nearpod. We can create a lesson in Nearpod using these options. We can either create a slide inside Nearpod or we can upload a PowerPoint. We can also create some slides in Google and bring it to Nearpod. Let us explore lesson in Google Slides. I'll tell you how this works. Google Slides, you have an option add-on, and for the first time when you click on this option, it will take you to Google Slides and prompt you to download the add-on Nearpod. And once the add-on is enabled, you can create and include all those activities and contents available in Nearpod in your Google slide itself. Let us see. I'll try to create a lesson using Google Slide. This will take you to this page, and this is Google Slide. Everyone knows that. Here we have the add-on Nearpod. We need to open this add-on Nearpod to find out all those activities and content available inside Nearpod to integrate it to our Google slide. I'll try to add a 3-dimension image. I'll take this Audrey system and I'll add it to my slide. So now I have a slide with Nearpod 3D, and here to bring this to my Nearpod, I have to use the option save and go to Nearpod. This cannot be copied and pasted to Nearpod. This has to go this way, save and go to Nearpod. So when we use that save and go to Nearpod, my slide will be visible in my library. And if we need to do some editing or something, here my slide is ready. And if I need to do some editing, I can go on editing the slide. And if I want to go for a preview, I can just check the preview. You all know how to share a preview with other teachers. And this is the preview. This is the first slide. And this is the 3-dimensional image I added to my slide. That's it. So that's how you add a lesson in Nearpod using Google Slides. Now let us try to create a lesson in Nearpod. We'll choose this option, and here we have an option to drag and drop our content. If you have got some PowerPoint slides, you can just drag and drop. It's very easy. And for that, I'll resize my window. Here I have resized my window. Now I have resized my window, and I have some contents here to upload, and here I have a PowerPoint to upload. So I just have to click this and drag and drop it here. That's it. It's done. Here if it's okay, if I don't want this, I can delete it, and if it's okay, I can just click OK so that the file gets added here. Take a few minutes to process. My file is ready and my PPT is here. So this is how we bring a PowerPoint or something to our Nearpod presentation. And in case if I need to add something more to this, I can just click this option and I can go on adding things. And And if I want to reorder or do something, I can just drag and reorder the thing. This is how that's done. If I want to copy any slide, I can just click the slide and go for Ctrl C, and if I want to paste it, I can use Ctrl V. And there is another option, convert to draw. If I want to make this an activity in Nearport, convert to draw activity, I can just click that option so that it will prompt me to keep an original of this slide. I'll give yes, and here my draw it activity is ready. You can add timer to this activity, 2 minutes or something like that. If you want to give some instructions, you can add. If you want to give some media or video or audio instructions, you can include it here and then save this. So this is my draw it activity. Let me see from the students preview. So this is the student preview of my draw it activity. My student can just pick a pen and draw something there. That's it. But I don't want this slide here. I just was going for a trial. I will delete this slide. In case if I want to include a slide in between this, I can just click this and go for add slide. And add content or activity and all those things we'll see in detail. That's how we do it. We can just give a title to our lesson and then preview the lesson or save and exit the lesson, and then we can go and launch the lesson. Now let us see what are the contents and activities available here. Content is something a teacher can include in a Nearport lesson. A teacher can include a video and an interactive video in fact, like when the video plays, learners will get some interactive activities at some points, like answering a question or a true or false question, something like that, and the learners will be prompted to do that. So that's how the interactive video goes. Teacher can also add a slide. Teacher can include any web content. Say for example, your Google Docs link or a Google Form link or anything can be included there, or any website you want your students to browse or visit, and some other blogs or anything you want, you can add any web content here. Here this is for 3-dimensional images. Nearport has got some good collections, some staff pics and everything of 3-dimensional images, and this would be especially useful for science teachers. Even language activities can be given, speaking activities or writing activities based on images and everything, because student gets a 3D image there which he can look very closely and do all those things. And PHET simulation is exclusively for STEM subjects, teachers who use science, technology, engineering and mathematics. It's exclusively for them because it's all simulation activities. Language teachers can also use such activities, like they can ask them to describe the process, how it's done and everything. They can give some activities like that. So here there is an option field trip, which will take the learners to a virtual trip where they can visit so many places they have never visited before. And BBC Worldwide, BBC Video is a wonderful collection of BBC videos from which you can pick those videos you require. And Sway is a feature powered by Microsoft, and Sway is something that you can use to create interesting presentations, and this is integrated to Nearport, and you can use this feature from Nearport itself. And slideshow, as you know that Slideshow can be used for your portfolios or for your to present something in a slide, um, similar contents in a slide or something else like that. So you can use that feature slideshow when you want to show so many images that are connected to each other. You can use this option slideshow. If you have got some podcast or some audio files, you can use audio, and many of us will have our materials as PDFs, and this can be uploaded using the PDF viewer. And remember, the content section is only for teachers. Only teachers can add contents, and students has got nothing to do in content section. And here this activities means students have to do these activities. They have to take part in activities, and teachers have to plan these activities. And here we have got something like time to claim, open-ended question, matching pair, quiz, flip grid, draw it, collaborate board, poll, flip, filling the blanks, and memory test. Time to claim as well as quiz are both assessment for assessment. Time to claim is based on the principles of gamification, so that learners will not have any tension. They will be cool, relaxed. They will have a sportive spirit to take part in the activities there. You can include questions there, and you can make them race to climb the hill, and that's how time to climb works. And in open-ended question, you can give them some creative questions. You can give them some time for the questions to answer. You can set the timer, and you can make them answer long questions. You can give them some creative activities using open-ended question. And matching pairs, as the name suggests, you will have to include pairs there, and the learners will have to match those pairs and solve the question. And quiz is very similar to time to climb. Quiz is that you can add any number of questions to that and choose the right answer, so that everything goes everything will be graded automatically. You need not bother about the grading part, and that's quiz. And Flipgrid is another website which supports teachers, where teachers can prepare grids and plan activities for their learners and share the code with their learners. And here Flipgrid is integrated with Nearpod. The teacher will have to share the teacher link as well as the student code in this activity, so that learners can go to they will be taken to the Flipgrid, and they will answer the question there. And this is integrated to Nearpod as well. And Draw It is another activity where the learner get a chance to draw something. You can ask them. This collaborative board is so helpful for brainstorming sessions. And Poll is something very similar to quiz, and the difference is that you can include only one question in poll, and you can get the opinion of the learners. And you can have any number of polls in a lesson, but it can have only one question. So here is the next activity you can include in your lesson, that is filling the blanks. This is very simple. You have to include a passage, and you have to choose those blank spaces, and learner will have to drag and drop those answers that are visible towards the bottom of the lesson. So we will see that preview and everything in some other video. This is the memory test. As the name suggests, it's all about memory. You will have to choose the right pair, and then the boxes would disappear. That's how memory test works. So we will see all these things, all these activities as well as contents in detail in our next video. Thanks for watching.